Three Rivers Health Bone and Joint features podiatrists Michael and James Maskell, two experts uniquely qualified to diagnose and treat issues within the complex structure of the foot and ankle, including sports injuries. Doctors Michael and James Maskell and Three Rivers Health.
Big hand for the bill. Good, drive up, here we go, get to the spot, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
It's been a little full circle type of thing. We actually spent some time in Philadelphia for 2 years, coaching and teaching out there. We were in the Thumb the last 2 years, and ultimately this is where we're from. You know, my wife and I have been married 9 years. We have 3 kids, and it's time to come back home, so to speak. And so when the opportunity came, you know, the tradition of St. Joe County football, and the opportunity to coach a place where you kind of get to build the expectations from the ground up. Excites me about that. I enjoy that process of trying to, you know, even from, we talk about just how we warm up, you know, warming up the right way, and before we get anywhere else. So it's been a blessing to be back, and you know, hopefully we can do some good things here. So I was at Climax-Scotts with my dad. I was his JV coach 1 year, D coordinator the second year. I went out to Philly, and I was the O coordinator, DB's coach for 2 years out there. And then I became the head coach for the first time at a school in the Thumb, we call it USA. We were there for 2 years, and then this would be my third year as a head coach starting here. Offensively, you know, like you said, no secret. We're gonna run the football. Defensively, we're going to try to get 11 hats to football, fly around. You know, the one thing that we talked about, no matter what school I've been at, is attitude and effort. We talk about that all the time. Those are the things that you can control. You know, those are the things that no matter how slow you are, how ugly you are, you can control your attitude and effort every day. And so you would see that, hope to see that on both sides of the ball. Kids flying around and giving great attitude and effort.
Inside, pointing towards the hole. So as you come inside here and I look to dig him out, now we're going to start a little technique stuff. I'm going left shoulder, because think about it, if I go right shoulder and he slips off, where's he going? Inside to make that play. So now I'm going to go left shoulder, right, here to drive, get my butt. Now if he wants to go around me, great, we're already past it. Okay.
There's always good and bads with having a program where you don't have a lot of kids come out. The bad is you don't have enough kids. The good is sophomores get thrown into the fire, and so they're forged by fire. So we had 3 or 4, it might be 4 sophomores around varsity last year. So now those sophomores probably got their butts kicked, but yet coming into my junior year, I've had that experience. Now you can start building around those guys. We only have 4 seniors, which is tough, but again, you have those sophomores and juniors that are returning that are going to be able to have a lot of experience that you can build around. And in some important positions, middle linebacker, free safety, a quarterback, you know, so you have some important spots where kids are returning young last year, hopefully growing up and maturing now, and see what we can do.
Just today, it's literally it's a 5-yard sprint. Just explode 5-yard sprint. Now, someday it'll be a 20-yard sprint, and you hear me counting 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, because I'm trying to get to 7, right? So you will block till 5. So as I get through here, I block that 1,001, and I'm gonna drive this kid 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. When I hear 5, I'm gonna sprint as fast as I can till 7.
Again, the things that we can control, and those are those things that you know, kids got to be flying around. You can control that. I can't control how talented another team is, but I can control when I step on that football field how fast I'm flying around, how long I stay on that block. If I get knocked on my can, I bounce back up and take off running instead of laying around. So I think just little things like that, if we can start from the basics, start building that process, again, like how we warm up, doing it with a purpose, how we practice, doing it with a purpose, and trying to take care of those little things that have nothing to do with X's and O's, have everything to do with how our attitude is, how fast we get into a spot, are we walking somewhere, are we sprinting somewhere, just those little things that, even like I said, the guys that aren't the most athletic can control, and then that's what we want to try to start with that base and see if we can build off of that. And that is the mentality we're trying to get, compete at everything. I had a coach that used to say, I don't care if we're playing horseshoes or tag, I'm going to compete because there's a scoreboard, there's a winner and loser, let's compete, get after it. And so we're trying to take, again, when we go to, just in the lifting, we go to lift for an hour, compete in that hour. How are you going to be the type of guy that just coast and shut things down, or you can be the guy that, you know what, my last 3 reps are going to be as good as they possibly can be. And to me, that's built, at Climax-Scotts was a place that, they didn't have a football team the year before my dad got there. He started with those basic things. Let's compete, let's get after it on every single camp, every practice, every 7-on-7, everything that we go on. We want to compete, not just that Friday night, that's a misconception as well. Hey, I'm a gamer, I come out on Friday, I compete. No, I need you to compete on July 18th when we have camp. That's when I need you to compete too. I need you to compete when you sit down and get in that weight room, compete now. So you try to, and again, that's why we try to incorporate, today at the camp, we have 6th through 12th graders. Trying to let them get a taste of, hey, this is how we do it, this is how we compete, this is how we practice. And so we're trying to build that from 6th grade on up, so by the time they are a varsity kid, the expectations are clear, and then you try to hopefully someday have some good things happen. I mean, great kids there, ready to work, great community, in the school, the administration, and there's support, there's people that want to see this thing go. And again, that's all part of that, like you said, that tight-knit community, that Bulldog pride, so it's a lot of good things, and they're just, I think, looking for that piece, and which is football. Like I said, St. Joe County is Three Rivers has won state championships, White Pigeon, Mendon, Constantine. You're talking about a lot of football there, and I think Centreville just wants to be a part of that too, and so we're, the best we can, and that's where that community is. We have support, administration support, student support, which makes it much easier for a football program to thrive when you have that kind of help, and so makes me excited, and I got 3 kids, so I'm excited for my kids to be a part of Centreville. My daughter's gonna be a 1st grader, she's going to school here, and so those are all important things to me, to have my family involved in that tight-knit community. So. Yeah, my wife, Jana, she graduated from Climax-Scotts. We've been married, it'll be 9 years in 8 days. We'll be married for 9 years. My daughter is 6, going into 1st grade, Elise. My son, Bryce, is 3. You'll see him, he has a mohawk running around, he'll cause chaos. And then my newest one, my daughter, Taylor, is 8 months old now. They actually have me doing a little bit of I call it the yes man. So I get to substitute teach, assistant athletic director, assistant dean, and just be in the school all the time. Game manage, I get to do, when there's basketball, baseball, I'm gonna try to be out here, and I'm gonna be the guy getting everything ready. Do anything I can to try to help the school.